Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about top 5
best laptops for music production.
Starting at number 5.
Microsoft Surface Pro. If you like the 2-in-1 tablet form factor, get the Microsoft Surface Pro 8, 2021. You can detach the keyboard to make it easier to hold as a tablet or save space and pop it back on when you need to type something out. Its 3:2 display looks sharp, gets bright enough to combat glare, and supports pen input. You get an excellent 1080p webcam for video calls and a Windows Hello IR camera for quick logins. The battery is pretty short at 7 hours of light use, but luckily, the power adapter is fairly compact, and you can also charge via its USB-C/Thunderbolt 4 ports. Speaking of ports, expect to get a dock because it only has 2 USB-C/Thunderbolt 4s, a headphone jack, and a proprietary Surface charging port. Unfortunately, you need to buy the keyboard and stylus separately. As this is a model from 2021, there's already a newer version, the Surface Pro 9. It's essentially the same device but with faster Intel 12th Gen processors. The Surface Pro 9 is easier to find, but if you don't need the performance increase, you can save a good chunk of cash with the Surface Pro 8 since it's an older device and often on sale.
Coming at number 4.
Asus VivoBook 16. The best budget laptop for music production we've tested is the Asus VivoBook 16M1605, 2023. Like our mid-range pick, this is a 16-inch model, but it isn't a 2-in-1, so you lose the tablet functionality. The display doesn't support touch input at all. You still get a nice keyboard and a large touchpad, and it's also available with the same AMD Ryzen CPUs as the Dell. Its fingerprint sensor allows you to log in quickly, and its battery lasts around 8 hours of light use. Ports include 3 USB-As, a USB-C, not Thunderbolt 4 or USB 4, sadly, and an HDMI. The display only gets to about 250 candelas per square meter at full brightness, which is fine for most indoor settings but not for sunny environments or outdoors in broad daylight. The main downside of this laptop is that you can only get 8 GB of memory. If you want 16 GB, you'll have to upgrade it yourself via the empty SODIMM slot.
At number 3.
LG Gram 2022 laptop. If you want a more modest mid-range model, check out the Lenovo Yoga 7i16, 2023, a well-built 16-inch 2-in-1 convertible. It sports a large 16-inch display, giving you plenty of screen real estate to see your tracks, samples, and tools. Additionally, since it's a 2-in-1, you can flip the screen around and use it as a tablet to see your music sheets while playing. There's also pen input support, and the laptop includes a stylus in the box, which is great for those working with music notation software like StaffPad. There's a fingerprint sensor and a facial recognition camera, so you can log in quickly and get to work. Spec-wise, you can get this laptop with an Intel 13th Gen U or P-Series CPU. We recommend getting a model with a P-Series chip, as they have better multi-thread performance to handle demanding workloads. They won't perform as well as the H-Series CPUs typically found in mobile workstations or even Apple's M2 Pro/Max SoCs, but they can get the job done. Fan noise is not a problem, it's barely audible under load. Ports include 2 USB-As, 2 USB-C/Thunderbolt 4s, an HDMI, and a microSD card reader. The battery lasts over 12 hours of light use and charges fairly quickly over USB-C.
Number 2 of my list.
Apple 2022 MacBook. If you don't want to spend too much money on a mobile workstation like the Apple MacBook Pro 14, 2021, the Apple MacBook Air 13, 2022, might be a good fit. This ultra-portable is easy to carry around, and while it doesn't quite have the processing power of the MacBook Pro, it's still plenty fast for most workloads. It's a fanless device, so you don't need to worry about fan noise ruining your recordings. Plus, the battery lasts over 10 hours of light use. The main drawback is its limited port selection, as it's limited to 2 USB-C/Thunderbolt 3 ports with support for one external display only. A larger alternative would be the newly released Apple MacBook Air 15, 2023. It's essentially the same device as the 13-inch, but with a 15.3-inch screen and better speakers. Its battery life isn't quite as good as its smaller siblings, but still enough to get you through a full day of light use. Like the 13-inch, there's a fingerprint sensor so that you can log in quickly. The Acer Swift 14, 2023, is our recommendation on the Windows side. This 14-inch model has a nice bright screen and tons of ports, and it's available with Intel 13th Gen H series processors, typically found in mobile workstations and gaming laptops. However, its keyboard, touchpad, and speakers aren't as good as the MacBook Airs. Also, the fan is audible when running at full speed, so it might not be ideal if you need to record something with a microphone.
And number 1.
Apple 2023 MacBook. The best laptop for music production we've tested is the Apple MacBook Pro 14, 2023. It's an exceptionally well-built device with plenty of processing horsepower for even the most demanding music production workloads. It also provides a great user experience with its mini LED display, spacious keyboard, and gigantic touchpad. Its excellent port selection makes it easy to plug in your production station, keyboard, audio interface, etc. There's even a high-output 3.5mm headphone jack for hard-to-drive cans. This laptop has fans, but they never get loud, so you don't have to worry about fan noise getting picked up on the microphone. The main downside of this laptop is that you're paying for graphical performance that you don't necessarily need. The larger Apple MacBook Pro 16, 2023, is a good alternative if you want more screen space. It's the same device but with better sounding speakers and a slightly longer battery life. On the Windows side, we recommend the Dell XPS 15, 2023, a 15.6-inch premium model. It's available with Intel 13th Gen H series CPUs, which are plenty fast for music production workloads with tons of tracks and plugins. You can get this laptop with an NVIDIA 40 series discrete GPU, but if you don't need the GPU processing power, you can get the base model with an Intel Arc GPU, which performs slightly better than integrated graphics and is cheaper than the NVIDIA GPUs. Port selection is okay. You get 3 USB-C/Thunderbolt 4s and an SD card reader. The keyboard gets uncomfortably hot under load, but thankfully, the fans remain quiet. The webcam is pretty bad though, so it isn't the best for video calls.
Check out this video description for latest price and more informations. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and stay tuned.